Well. I'm going to put my cell phone here, close the door of the car, and then we're going to start. Good morning. I'm Luquitas Montes, and sorry for not read this book more fast. I have some issues with family things. But now I'm going to keep reading this book. The name is The Earthquake, El Terremoto in Spanish. And I can't remember the story. Let me see. In the chapter 1, uh, there was a woman and two men, and they, I think that they are fighting to uh, conquist. I don't know how to say this. Those men trying to get the girl. At the end of the chapter 1, uh, the earthquake appears, or the earthquake happened. Then in the chapter 2, again, there was a story about the man who have money, and they go with the girl called Sylvia, and the man who have money is Marco. Well, Sylvia and Marco in the chapter 2 goes to, or went to a restaurant, but the girl Sylvia didn't enjoy the night. And at the same time that the last chapter, but in this place, the earthquake happened. Now we are going to read the chapter 3. No more rounds. Chapter 3, the name of this chapter is Sylvia's Story. Suddenly, the lights went out, and it was nearly dark. Then people started to scream. Sylvia didn't move. She couldn't move. The ground moved under Sylvia's feet. Help! What is it? What is it? What is it? What is happening? She thought. There was a terrible noise, and she looked up into the sky. Perhaps the noise and the shaking came from a plane. Suddenly, the lights went out, and it was nearly dark. Then, people started to scream. Sylvia didn't move. She couldn't move. It's an earthquake, she thought. Oh no, please, no. The ground moved again. A long crack started to run up from the bottom of the wall in front of her to the top. Then the wall opened, and Sylvia could see the people inside the restaurant. They tried to run. Their screams were terrible. She could see hands pushing and pulling. She could see their faces and their eyes. They were terribly afraid. Then the wall fell, and the roof came down. Sylvia couldn't see the faces and hands now. The Oasis restaurant wasn't there. It was only rubble. Sylvia couldn't move. She couldn't scream. Marco isn't there, she thought. Marco and the manager and those people. They, oh, I can't. I don't. There was another loud noise behind her. Sylvia turned. Another building fell, and another. and another. Suddenly, she remembered her mother. Sylvia tried to get out of the garden into the street, but it wasn't easy. She had to climb over a broken wall. She couldn't climb in her evening socks. She took them off and carried them in her hand. She got up to the top of the wall and fell down into the street. Her pretty dress was dirty now, and she had cuts on her feet. There were people everywhere. They ran up and down the street and screamed. Some people tried to pull the rumble away from the building. Come and help, one of them said to Sylvia. My little brother's under under's there. Help me, please. I'm sorry, said Sylvia. I had to find my mother. There was cars everywhere too. Everybody wanted to get away from the buildings and out of the country. Stop! Take me with you! Take me home! She screamed at them, but they didn't hear her. They didn't stop. Oof. Such a problem. I'll I'll have to walk, she thought. It's a long way, but I can do it. I have to go home and help my mother. I have to. Sylvia began to start. It wasn't easy. There was rubble across the road. A roof fell to the ground behind her. A wall suddenly fell in front of her. She climbed over it and started to run again. It wasn't dark now. The sky was red and black with fires and thick black smoke. Sylvia had only one idea in her head. Mm. There was nobody with her mother. She was ill in her bed. She couldn't move easily. Perhaps she was hurt. Perhaps she was. No, thought Sylvia. She's not dead. Oh, please, no, please. She's all right. I know she is. Mother, mother. She was in the center of the town now. She looked around the square. There were some houses, and the big church clock showed the right time. But the hotel next to it was only a ruin. The plaza was in the same square. For the first time, Sylvia stopped and watched. Firemen and policemen carried people out of the cinema. What happened? She asked a girl. The roof fell, the girl said. Hundreds of people are dead. Perhaps Gabriel didn't go, thought Sylvia. Or perhaps he came too late, or she didn't want to think about Gabriel now. The idea was too terrible. You have to, I have to make a stop. Gabriel was the man with not much money to conquist Sylvia. And in the first chapter, Gabriel wanted to go to the cinema with Sylvia, but Sylvia didn't want to go with him, with them, with with him. So this man called Gabriel go to the cinema alone in the chapter one. Now we can keep reading this. The Delgados building was near the town center, and at the end of the street, Sylvia began to run again. She could see a big fire. She could hear people screaming. The building next to the Delgados' home was a ruin. Man and woman pulled at the rumble. Sylvia knew them. They were her neighbors. They wanted to find their families and friends, but the Delgados building was there. There was a big crack in the front wall, and some windows were broken, but the building looked safe. Hey, don't go in there, a man called to Sylvia. It's too dangerous. But Sylvia didn't stop. She pushed open the door and went in. Inside, it was dark. She tried the lights, but they didn't work, of course. Quickly, she ran up the stairs to the flat. The front door was open. Mother, she called. Are you alright? It's me. Mother, where are you? She went to her mother's bedroom. The door was open, but there was nobody in the bed. Mr. Delgado wasn't there. Oh God. And the chapter end ended. So I hope you enjoy hear and see Luquitas reading a book in English. Uh, See you at the next video. Have a good day.